Thank you for joining us. So today we are looking at comics, generative AI, music, and some startups from the social media space. Same format as yesterday, 5 minutes per company, 3 minutes presentation, 2 minutes Q&A. We will try to keep the Q&A a little more crisp today in order to be able to give fair time to all the companies. Okay, so the first company today will be Forbidden Verse. Welcome on stage, please.
We are a bootstrap company from which was incubated in Singapore and being registered in India at Hyderabad. So Forbidden Verse has started in 2022 at Jilhive, Singapore. It's an blockchain-based incubator. So Forbidden Verse started as an NFT project that evolves that into a gaming. We are actually combining two industries together. One is the Web3 industry and as well as the HVC sector, animation, VFX, and gaming sector. So it's an intersection of both because we use the new technology, Web3 like blockchain, to introduce to the creators and place where it can be easy. We have started for users as well. What actually happening with the art and that all. We can come to that later as well in the question section. In the journey, we have created comics with the same core team that have worked for Marvel like Storm, X-Men, and them all are being part of our team, and we delivered comics. In the course of 2 years, we have learned that India is a space where we have a lot of audience, but being never served as the other companies are doing for. So then these are the trends which we can see, like India has a lot of audience from 2020 to 2025. It's a curves which we are seeing from Google Trends. There's increase of audience consuming comics digitally, but never been served in their regional languages. So these are the solutions which we have found out for them. It's a one place for manga or manhwa or comics or any kind of digital readable content that will be available from them in one place. And we are giving these all services to the consumers that they can read digital library. How you can see in Amazon only the video content. Here they have the digital platform to read the comics, in fact. And when it comes to the market, as the time runs, when it comes to the market, we have a 25 billion global market. And in India, it was very unorganized and it's never been delivered to the people as it is. Today we can see that revolution of video sector. There is complete decrease in broadcasting, but there is an increase in especially people consuming the content through OTT platforms. In a similar way, it's a chance for us to also do for the same for the comics, in fact. And when it comes to the competitors, India has very nominal people, like nobody is competing that equal. When it comes to our global competitors, we have Manga Plus, it's from Japan and USA, in fact. They are mostly focused on Japanese content, but they are not serving to the other countries, and Indians are struggling to get the translated from a pirate content, and they're reading it. But if we get, we have good connections, and we have partnered with 20 plus publishers outside India as well, and we can able to take them to India, and we can monetize this better way, in fact.
Thank you,
And
Akshay.
yeah.
This is on the screen. We should be open to questions now.
Is most of the content aggregated? You're creating your own IP?
We are creating our own IPs initially, and we do have our own IPs as well. The first slide which you have. Okay. Let me show our own content to you.
No, actually, you just have to answer. Yeah. So that's there. And when it comes to collectibles, what is the format? So NFT is the.
Yes, NFT is one place. Unlike the other NFTs which we have seen, like people thumbs up and sell it and exits the space. Instead of that, what we are doing was, imagine like Batman was invented for the day when it was invented, it was minted and somebody owns it. And the people receive the royalty for just creating it, whether the artist or the creator, in fact.
So NFT holders get royalty on ongoing basis?
Based on the NFT which they are holding. We have two type of NFTs. One is one-on-one NFT. One is the trade. It can be tradable. Like for example, you want to own that, you can sell it to that person. Or else there are other NFTs. If you are using our if you are using our application, you can own it as a fan. For example, as a fan, I want to buy a sneakers or something like the artist is doing. Like for an
Are you post revenue?
yes. No, we are making revenue, in fact.
You are post
Yes, yes. Yes.
What's the current revenue?
So right now, for last 2 years, we made around $75K,
Right.
and we are right now making every month average of around 4 lakhs, in fact, in Indian rupees. Through our comics books, physical comics that we are selling on, yes, physical comics that we are selling on Amazon and as well as on our own website, in fact. So we have this is our traffic from all over the globe. In fact, like India stands at around second place, USA and Europe being our major audience. We are trying to push more content into India, and we are getting like we are being to Comic Cons and all.
Sure,
Huh.
sure, please.
What would you do with the 2 million?
So we are going to use that for.
What would you do with the 2 million?
Yes.
What would you do with the 2
So
million?
$2 million, where we are going to use was to expand our team. Right now we are having only 18 people and few are freelancers who are working for us. We want to expand the team and also get the content acquisition. Like we want to go to, there are a lot of other creators from India, like Raj Comics and other publishers. We want to go to them and acquire some content, and we will be putting it on our sites. And also we want to promote it more, like whether you are a solo creator, for example, you don't have a platform to publish your book. You can come directly to our platform and you can publish it, in fact.
Thank you, Ajay.
Thank
I'm afraid. So we'll move on to Dubflix, please.
यादाश्त भी कितनी अजीब चीज होती. मेमोरी इज सच ए स्ट्रेंज थिंग. किस चीज को पूरी जिंदगी भूलने की कोशिश करो, ट्राई योर होल लाइफ टू फॉरगेट समथिंग, एंड वो भूलती नहीं. इट सिंपली वोंट फेड. कभी एक छोटी सी चीज याद करने की कोशिश करो तो याद नहीं आती, बट व्हेन यू नीड टू रिमेंबर द स्मॉलेस्ट थिंग, इट जस्ट स्लिप्स अवे.
So this is what we do at Dubflix. We are an AI-powered media localization.
Did you know that 60% of online content is in English, yet large internet traffic comes from non-English background? In fact, survey shows that 8 out of 10 users prefers to watch their videos in their native content.
This is a massive disconnect. While content travel across border, but language is still a barrier. And this is exactly this gap. There's a demand for the localized content.
The traditional dubbing method is slow, inaccessible, and expensive for individual creators. And talking about big media houses, they invest billions of money to localize their content for global audiences.
This isn't a niche inconvenience, it's a huge market. The global media localization market is worth over $16 billion, and there are over 200 million active content creators worldwide.
AI is here to disrupt this space entirely, and that's where we come in. Dubflix makes localization easy, affordable, and accessible, all through a streamlined AI-powered studio. Just upload your video, choose the language you want, and you're done. Within no minutes, your video is ready to go global and get viral.
Mr. Robul Alam, one of our early users, has used our platform to localize his content into multiple languages, and within weeks, his content has passed 15 million views across YouTube and Facebook.
At Dubflix, we believe that language should not restrict creativity, education, and communication. Imagine an African boy learning from a Harvard professor in his own language. Imagine movies like Uri, Chava being heard around the globe in every language.
So whether you need the scale of AI or a human precision review or a collaborative workflow, our studio offers you complete control over your content, how it speaks to the world.
That's how we stand apart from our competition.
Our go-to-market strategy is built to scale. We start with individual content creators, offering them a freemium subscription. When they see results, they upgrade. And for industries, we OTT platforms and other services, we offer API access. And we also have a revenue share model for the top content creators, where we take a part of the revenue they generate after we dub the content and post it.
We are looking to raise $1 million in seed round. We are Dubflix, bringing stories to everyone in every language. Thank you.
Yes.
Do you have a patent or any kind of IP protection on this?
No, right now we don't have, but we are working on our lip syncing proprietary model. For that we will come.
For lip syncing.
Yeah, for lip syncing.
Because, I mean, I may be wrong, but, like right now, the entire meme ecosystem is full of people who've dubbed, so there are generic models, that are there which are doing this, So what differentiates you, from that perspective?
There are a lot of platforms that do the same thing, but what they are fixing is they are just providing a translation. They are not providing a ready-to-post video. So in this time of attention, everybody who posts the video there, if it is AI generated, the attention span of retention goes down. But what we are fixing is, what once the videos comes up from our studio, it is ready to post so that it is ready attention of viewers and you can earn money out of it. So creators will be benefited out of it because creators also this auto-generated thing, but it doesn't work. That's why Mr. Beast also doesn't work. He has his own company doing dubbing. Whether he's one of the early users for this.
No, I'm talking about tools outside. For example, they're using outside. Donald Trump, is basically being translated to every language right now. Right? So the point is that I do see these videos. I don't know the technology behind it, which is where I was asking you what is going to be more because this is such an obvious problem that a whole bunch of people are going to sort of be attacking this, right? So going forward, even if you have early start, how do you defend yourself, when the onslaught of similar platform comes in, and it is very likely, that one of these generic models, will launch the same thing. So how would you sort of defend yourself? And which is why my first question was, that you have a patent.
For that, like all the platforms, like we use the best of the models that are available out there, and we pre-process and post-process them, and we also have fine-tuning on top of that, so that the content we produce, it's like very much dynamic. If you see our dubbing, it's not like traditional segment breaking out or input-output. It's very dynamic according to dialogues, and translation is very important part of being dubbing a video. So what we want to play around is creativity. We don't want to make the creators go around all these tech products. We want to make it creator-centric and tap into this creator market, so they can be use their creativity, because at the end of the day that matter. Dubbing doesn't matter like a lot if they want to.
There are a few models already since few years, but they are still not successful because creators are not able to, number one, they are not able to come on a platform and where they can get a final output product where they can trust that the context and the meaning is exactly the same, number one. Number two, they are not even able to validate. For example, if an Indian creator dubs it into Spanish, he doesn't know the Spanish language. But at our platform, we are bringing freelancers or the language experts who can review the final output and then give it back to the original content creator that this is the perfect translation, and you can just go and put it on the platform.
Have you already got some commitments or are you raising?
Thank you, Dufflix. Any further questions? They will be around and you could reach out through the IAMI or the MIB. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next we have Metabricks Labs.
My name is Prateek. I'm the founder and CEO of Metabricks Labs. At Metabricks, we are building the interface of AI-first internet. In a world where the text has a chat GPT and a voice synthesis has 11 labs. So the next question, obvious question in the market is how does AI look like? So we are the solution. We are giving a face to an AI-first internet. So that we can call it as Canva for human lookalike AI systems. So next. So we are a team of a bunch of researchers from IIT and ISC. Worked in companies like Intel, Samsung, Amazon, and so Ravi sir is one of the 700K subscribers in YouTube and is one of the leading edtech influencer in India. The researchers team, yeah. So the problem is basically in a world of AI, most of the customers feel dissatisfied with the brands and content creators feel dissatisfied with the audience engagements. So that's where we help the brands, businesses, and individuals to create their own hyper-realistic AI agents, which will look like them, speak like them, and can understand and have a memory and emotions, and that too, and then put them all into your websites, kiosk, or even on your mobile apps in just 30 seconds. That's the power of AI that we do. So current problems in the market as that, current chatbots on the websites, you can often see them as, emotionless, and it's drawn towards only FAQs. That's where brand struggles to understand the human customer behavior. So current challenge is, to create this hyper-realistic AI agent itself is a very big task to do, which will take 3 weeks of time, 6+ design tools, and this is the cost before Metabricks. So after Metabricks, the solution is just 30 seconds. We build a foundational model for text to 3D and image to 3D character generator, similar like OpenAI, and you just have to write the name, do the fine tuning, customize it, and then publish it. So your AI agents will be live on your own websites. So you don't have to worry about all these long processes. So talking about the market is, it's the conversational AI market is standing at $75 billion. So which will drive towards, AI driven personalizations, customer engagement, AI, AR, VR, and so the content creators or streamers always looking for new ways of solutions to, to have an audience engagement. In US, only 200,000 content creators spend $20 to $30 every month. So $200 every month on different content engagement tools. And that's the Metabricks. So this is the business model where you can have $10, $50 kind of model where you just create your own persona and you create your own AI agents, and then with just $10 of subscription, you will get 50 to 100 minutes of conversations for your customers. We have three technology
Pratik, your
pillars.
time is up.
Sure.
We'll open for question and
So,
answers.
okay. So this is the kind of, the GTM that we are moving forward with, just 30 seconds. Yeah, so we will be onboarding some app visitors through content outreach. Then we'll be doing launching with free tires and influencers, and then there would be going forward with the scale phase. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Is there anything you want to project on the screen as a last slide while they ask questions? Maybe your funding ask?
Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah.
Right. That persona, which by itself is a valuable business model. The other is the agentic AI. Now, the problem with agentic AI and merging the two is there is so much development that has happened in agentic AI. Because you see, for a customer, I am the customer, I'm talking to someone. I need solution. I'm used to talking to on phone for solution. Audio is my primary source. My problem is that audio is being replaced by stupid bots, that do not understand my sentiment, they do not understand what my context is, and so on and so forth. So there's a whole universe of applications. I've invested in one such, so I know there's a whole universe where even if you're screaming, they understand what to sort of do and so on and so forth. Now, my point is, that particular domain, billions of dollars have been sunk into that, and then creating the realistic 3D persona, literally billions of dollars have been sunk into that. So why do both of them? Why not take one of those solutions, and essentially, so if I'm saying persona, then I create the persona and give it as a wrapper to anybody who wants to put a visual. So for example, for kiosk, it's an application. For websites, it's not. I don't need to see someone to get my solution. I need my solution for my bot to understand and provide me the solution. Right? So why not just focus on one and not do both of them?
So answer is simple. Basically, we have the model which does the digital persona just one part. So and this is the innovation here standing is something called as client-based rendering is what we innovated. Where at the price of 11 Lab you are getting the avatar and the face both. Even if you're talking about the voice calls, right? So here on the websites, even if you put as a a normal voice call as well, it's still, and here you are actually getting a brand as a face with your own brand logos and branding. And second question about the agentic part, we are also collaborating with multiple companies who actually does this agentic part, and we are the UI interface layer for them. So basically, the backend would be run by them, where all those promptings and let's say you want laying of $3,000 to $5,000 between them. So all that backend code that can be done by these different companies. But the AI interface, like the look and feel and the visual interface, can be done by us.
Precisely my point, So if I can give you some unsolicited advice, it would be, that just be the video guys, the guys who are doing the modeling in 3D. Yeah. Leave the agentic part to others and let them sort of make it so compelling that they don't feel the need to create their own, sort of.
Yeah, that's what we are doing. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
So you said you have developed some fundamental model, and that is only in the part of model, and that is only in the part of text to 3D. If that is true, then why not explore more use cases? Why not explore more use cases? Let's say in game development in 3D software, where we have 3D modelers on a daily basis. We have 3D modelers for no reason. Keep on making these NPCs. Why not focus on that, and why take the? Why not focus on that side? Why take the kiosk route?
Yeah. So I will give you the answer. So in essentially the part of in the 3D itself. So what 11 or like what OpenAI and other Stable Diffusion what they have done, I will just give you in brief. You have a text data already available on the website. You just web scroll and get the text data. That's how your LLM models got trained. Same goes with images, but 3D is not that. 3D has always been considered as a license. So the model that we trained on is we launched an app called Work, where we allowed people to put their multiple photos. We did something called as semantic synthesis of human faces. We generated 7 million plus samples with synthetic generations, and that's how we clone that human 3D avatars from the images. So now if you wanted to go it with similar for assets, you need a huge amount of data. And not only us, there are a lot of companies who wants to do text to 3D with Unreal and Unity, but these datas are always licensed. So that's where you are not able to see text to 3D asset generations in the market till now.
Thank you, Pratik. That will have to be all.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks.
The next presentation would be Magic Role AI.
Hi everyone, I am Ayushi Singh, co-founder of Magic Role AI, and we are building an autonomous motion graphic video editing platform for all the content creator out there. So, from last 2 years, there has been around 200% increase in the content creators. But according to PEC's report, 88% of the YouTube videos do not even cross 1,000 views. The main reason behind it is the low quality of the video as well as the editing effect. So you can see two videos, the plain one and the engaging one. The engaging one will attract much more viewers. The reason behind that is B-roll. So what is B-roll? The addition of image, overlays, video overlays, text overlays, as well as SFX and the VFX motion graphics make a video much more engaging. And sadly, because of such more, much more involving in the video editing domain, still the addition of motion graphic infusing is still done manually on the platform like Adobe Premiere and DaVinci. So this is how a complex timeline looks for a particular content creator or video editor. The blue cuts that you can see, these are all the B-rolls that a person add in a video to make it much more engaging. And on average, to edit a 1 minute of video, to add B-roll, it takes 4 hours. And we are doing in just 10 minutes autonomously. So introducing Magic Role AI. Magic Role AI is an autonomous video editing platform that infuses motion graphics. What you have to do, you just have to record an talking head video. So right now we are targeting a talking head video segment. A talking head video is someone in which a person is sitting in front of the camera, or let's say podcast or any infotainment domain. And he just have to record the video, upload in our platform, and it will hardly take 10 minutes, by which it will get with a particular resolved video, just like you can see in this. In this, all the autonomous, we analyze the video on 38 various schemas, and it will generate all the assets, whether it's motion graphic, infusing it in a right placement. How we are different? We are 15x faster as compared to any manual editing as well as traditional software that is out there, as well as we add a reference-based editing segment. So reference-based editing segment is a segment in which a person can add assets or video reference by which they want a video to be edited. For example, when we started connecting with various content creators out there, they are like, Ayushi, I make video like Ali Abdal, Nitish Rajput. So everyone have their particular inspiration of creator in their mind. So why not? We thought they can add a reference video link on the platform and the video will be edited according to that style. After that, let's say the video will be uploaded on the platform, and when the user will be redirected to the editing page, user can also make any minor tweaks that is needed on the prompt-based editing segment. But our AI is also learning parallelly as the editor is making the changes. So it's a virtual brain of video editor out there who is actually creating a video that is according to the particular creator style. Yeah. So in last 3 months, we have connected with around 4,000 plus creators. That include Dehat, Max Life Insurance, Sonic Line, which was recently seen on Shark Tank India. We are supported by Image COE, Government of Telangana, Chain Engine, NVIDIA Inception Program, Microsoft, Elevate, Karnataka. And these are few of the outputs that will make you analyze. These all outputs are generated autonomously. We haven't done any editing on it. These are some of the video that we have served to Dehat.
Thank you. We'll have
Yeah.
to open it up for questions.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay, to move to that side.
Yeah.
Session. We're open for questions.
I'm trying to give somebody else a chance. I know. Are you post-revenue, Ayushi?
Yeah.
Before anything, brilliant. Good job.
Okay, thank you.
Right. So, yeah, are you post-revenue? And what is it?
So we say right now we are pre-revenue. We have started generating revenue from last 2 months. We launched on Product Hunt on December 2024, and we rank 1 globally there.
And what's your revenue model? As in how?
So we have a premium subscription-based model where we provide a creator plan for our individual creators, as well as we have enterprise model which serve basically to all the B2B organization and enterprises as well.
And what is the unit? How much do they have to pay per video?
So for the creator plan, it's $25 per month for a 20 videos. So it hardly 1.25 for one video, in which they will get a 1 minute fully edited video. And for a B2B organization, it's a customized plan because there we have to initially train our models according to their niche.
And how are you future-proofing it? It's a standard question you'll get everywhere when AI is involved, right? So how are you future-proofing it?
So right now, what our moat is mostly on the fundamental that we are doing. Like any particular competitor, let's say Caption AI or InVideo, they are mostly working on the template-based editing, where you just have to add a particular layer upon the video. But we are actually infusing the motion graphic inside the video, and that is mostly the technical part where we are doing the pixel level editing, as well as the model that we are training is totally in-house. In our office, 100 plus GPU are there, and we are training all the GPU with our in-house servers. So yeah, that's the whole aspect.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ayushi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ayushi, hi. Is it only for the vertical format reels or something like that? Can you use for movies as well?
So right now we are totally focusing on the short form video content because that's what the most viewer we get. But we have a future plan of going with long form video content as well. Yeah.
So the
Thank
B-roll
you.
hasn't...
That will have to be all. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Next, we have Soundverse AI.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. I'm Saurabh, and today I'm pitching Soundverse. We are building the authenticity layer linking artists to the AI music. So I'll quickly introduce the team. Yeah, so it's me, Saurabh. I'm the co-founder and CEO. I've previously worked at Spotify and Samsung, and I'm also a very passionate music creator. My CTO is Riley. He has worked with Meta Reality Labs, along with Ash, who used to manage Avicii and was one of the core innovators of the EDM genre as a whole. So yeah, right now there are two different worlds unfolding. So one is with the one which is replacing the human creator itself. There is no way to give the revenue back to the music creators. And we know that there are two companies, majorly Suno and Udio, who got sued by the labels because they trained their AI on like copyrighted music. The second world is augmenting human creators. So the opportunity that we are dealing with right now is that we believe that the future should be augmenting the human creators instead of replacing them. And we also want to provide the attribution and royalty back to the human creators. And before I go deeper into the solution, here are some of the key metrics. We are already used by 1.3 million people. We have over 100,000 monthly active users. Majority of them are coming from US and India. We also get the global top 10 traffic in the consumer AI and the music space. So we are building something called DNA, and how DNA works is artists comes into our platform, they offload their catalog, and then we create their artist replica using our foundation models. Those replicas can be used by the artist himself, also by the consumers across the world. For example, Ash, our co-founder, he has probably 3,000 tracks in his catalog, including Avicii, Coldplay, Skrillex. So if he uploads his entire catalog, we get to see all the styles that people can interact with. Or people can also go to specific song styles, vocal style, and the instrumental style. I'll quickly show a demo after the deck. But apart from the DNA, we are also music creation platform. Apart from the generation, we also allow for editing. Yeah. I'll quickly play the video now.
Can we have the deck again, please? It's loading.
Yeah, meanwhile, maybe I can talk about. So we also have the data attribution technology, which means that when the music is being generated, we can very accurately figure out which initial training data set was utilized for that music generation. So here's the example of DNA. Do we have music? So that's an original song.
Way backstage in the Zone Entertainment Summit. Artists hand in hand with bright new light. Fair play, clear love written in the air. We're building trust you can feel and see. Music with a soul and good history. Countdowns on launch coming soon.
DNA is being used by over 50 professional creators right now, and we'll be launching it within 2 days. Thank you so much.
We'll open for questions, please.
What's your ask and current traction?
So currently, we have ARR of 50 lakhs Indian rupees.
For safe notes, right?
Yeah, we are raising through safe. Yeah, so we are raising seed round. I don't want to put a number right now, but I'll let it come from the market.
Do you have an Indian subsidiary, or is all the investment going in the C Corp?
So we have a C Corp in Delaware. We are also opening a subsidiary in India, but we are planning to make it the HQ right now. So it will be Mumbai based.
Okay, thank you.
Safeguarding yourself against the IT problems that say Suno has absolutely.
Yeah, so that's the reason we are building the trust layer between the artists and the AI music. We directly go to the artist and say that, hey, can you provide our catalog to us so that we can watermark, fingerprint, attribute everything from scratch and give the royalty back to them. So we directly want to work with the artists. And even labels, publishers, like whoever wants to work with us, we want to be the trust layer between the artists and the AI music.
Yeah, not a question, but this is a single, best sort of presentation, and technology that has been presented in this event, so far.
Thank
Good
you so
job.
much.
So you have your consumers and you have your artists. So how much does your consumer and your artist, what's the divide in the revenue for them, or does the consumer get any?
So consumer side is SaaS based, like subscription based. So they pay $10 or $30 monthly subscription fee. For the artist, basically they are offloading their catalog for free. We don't charge anything because we want to work with as many of them as possible. But once the consumer is downloading music generated by DNA, they pay a specific fee for that. And that can be decided by the artist all the way from $1 to $10.
And any revenue that the consumer makes is not going to the artist then?
Not right now with this model. DNA is a separate product, and we are considering the whole AI music generation platform as a separate product, although they are very intertwined with each other.
Thank you, Saurabh. Thank you so much for the
Thank you.
presentation. We now have two startups from the music place. First is Tarana Music.
I'm Dilip. I'm Lakshmikant, and we are founders of Tarana Music.
Investors, do you know artists spend 20 hours a week in search of collaboration and building audience? Do you know there is no platform to support $65 billion worth in India's informal music industry? Do you know there is no platform to connect artists, industry professionals, brands, and fans? Do you even know top 1% of artists dominate 90% of streams, and 80% of artists only get less than 1,000 streams a month? So, in order to solve this issue, we are coming up with a super app called Tarana, where we are providing tools like networking, collaboration, freelancing, portfolio creation, and portfolio promotion in a single app. So our USPs are, we are the only app which is providing super app for the music industry. We are the only app which is bringing all the music stakeholders into the single platform. We are the only app which are creating freelancing marketplace, which is designed for especially for the music industry. We are the only app which are providing content security while artists share while they are collaborating and freelancing. Coming to our market size, we have a $88 billion total addressable market. In that, we have a total serviceable level market of $40 billion. In that, we achieve 5% of that, we're gonna reach $2 billion in next 2 years.
Yes, we have four revenue models. One is networking commissions, where we charge freelancing commissions on the transactions occurring on the platform. And then we have subscription models for premium features for brands as well as freelancers. Then we have ads revenue, where will be in-app revenues on the platform, as well as we'll be conducting, Tarana will be conducting a few concerts every year, and we'll be charging ticket sales as well as hosting this is and we have competitors like BandLab, SoundCloud, and SoundBetter. There is also SoundTrap and Fever Upper. These are the competitors we have in the music industry. Yeah, we are asking for $3 million at the valuation of $20 million, and we'll be using $1 million for the Indian markets and $2 million for the global expansion. So why the global expansion? In the sense we have huge music market in the overseas, and as well as Indian market is also booming right now. So through concerts, through live events, and we'll be capturing the market, and as well as we'll be creating the market for newcomers, rising stars to use this Tarana platform to build and thrive in their career. So this is Tarana Music, connecting music creators worldwide and globally. Yeah, thank you.
We'll open up for questions.
Are you post revenue?
Currently, we bootstrap.
Are you post revenue? Are you generating revenue at this
No,
point?
we haven't launched it yet. We are very early stage, but we got luckily selected in this start.
Right, $3 million is a lot of money, and what you're building is a horizontal platform, right? No, a horizontal within a vertical, but a horizontal platform nevertheless. Horizontal platforms died with Yahoo, So when you're doing this, there are say 5 or 6 use cases that you talked about, If I were you, I would choose one and persist with that, trying to do, there are 5 different battlefronts that you're opening.
Yeah.
I do not think you're ready to accept $3 million, I may be wrong, but in my view, that ask is too much. You'll have to create a small playbook with one of these use cases, get some traction, and then after scaling that is when you should look at anything, which is an additional feature or additional model, So I think it's a misplaced pitch.
Yeah, okay.
How many creators do you have? How many creators do you have on the platform?
So we haven't launched it.
You haven't launched it, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are in very early stage.
But we need to have a pivot model before it, at least say some use case.
Yeah, we are testing the app right now from last 1 month. We have few artists and we selected them personally, and we are testing the app. We'll be releasing the app in few days.
So both of you was in the music industry before?
No.
We are engineers, yeah.
Engineers, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for the presentation.
Yes, thank you.
Next, we will have Gruton Music. I'll also invite Harshali to MC the rest of the session. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, I'm Abhiraj, and we're building Gruton. We are a music tech based out of Bombay, recently raised from Startup India Seed Fund, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, through SGPI Pontac, currently accelerated with IIM Lucknow, and I was also part of Antler Entrepreneur in Residence program. Also got the Best Startup Award from Chhattisgarh Entrepreneurship Summit, recently also exhibited at Startup Mahakumbh. We are a team of 7 people, 2 developers, 1 content producer, 1 operations, 1 go-to-market expert, 1 technical advisor who is also invested in us, and me being in the industry for the last 18 years as an artist manager, talent manager, and event manager. recently we discovered there are 100 million music creators in the world, and 90.7% of them are still undiscovered because of lack of infrastructure, workflow management, sustainable revenue, marketing, and distribution. So we bring to you Grutin, a 360-degree talent discovery and management platform for artists to distribute, market, and get event and bookings. With this platform, you can measure your top KPIs like monthly listeners, followers, playlist reach. Aanchal is an independent artist. In one single click, she can just upload her songs, and in one single click, she can distribute her music to 150 plus global streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, JioSaavn. She plays indie pop, and she can now filter out all the playlists, and in one single click, she can get more stream plays, more revenue, and more number of listeners. She can also now find event bookings, manage her calendars, and so on. Not just this, we have great monetization opportunities for artists, have advanced analytics, royalty management system, fan engagement tools, and a greater community support. The total addressable is 150 plus billion USD, growing at 9%. Our addressable is 40, growing at 24.95% year on year. And if we acquire 1% of it, we can get 408. And to get this number, we need to acquire 5 million artists in the next 10 years. Why now? 100 million people have started creating music now, and that can only be distributed through us or platforms like us. Our major competitors are based out of West, but are also now entering in India. And whereas we intend to build a 360-degree talent discovery and management platform, and they're just into distribution. How we make revenues through platform subscriptions, revenue from royalties, marketing and premium features, artist booking, events, etc. We have recently launched our second version of the product in the month of December, have 2,500 artists onboarded, 650 songs released, and these are some of the social numbers. We're asking for a 500,000, 4 to 5 crores. We have already raised 41 lakhs from government and an angel. This fund is going to go into majorly into marketing to help us get to 60,000 to 100,000 users and get to a revenue of 250K in like 15 months and 1 to 1.5 million in 2 years. How we are going to get there is through digital marketing, through content marketing, through community, word of mouth, partnerships, YouTube content, podcasts, workshops, etc. Thank you.
We'll be open to questions now. Anybody?
Any questions? Yeah, we just started. So we have total made 5,000 USD, and now we are just focusing on making consistent MRRs.
Right, I'm an artist, so I go to your platform, Grutin,
Yeah.
and I sort of put my video up, audio up.
Audio,
there,
yeah.
Right, so I understand, that you're giving me the ease of outreach, with respect to ease of distribution, by basically bringing all possible sort of, streaming platforms,
For
onto
sure.
the platform.
Yep.
It still does not address, because after the song has been uploaded, the usability of the app like Spotify takes over, and their algorithm determines, whether my song will be visible
sure.
or not visible.
Yeah.
So how are we solving for that?
So that's why we have this playlist pitching, where an artist can actually just figure out the playlist as per their genres and styles, and our AI tool helps you to actually identify the relevant playlist where you can pitch. And once it goes out to the curator, and if the content is really good, then they accept it, and you start getting more stream plays.
So fundamentally, if I look at, and it's a good use case, not a bad
For sure.
use case, but it's a very narrow use case. I don't think you should marry things like artist booking, because that's a completely different ball game altogether.
For
It's
sure.
a different business model. I say this as a person who's burnt his finger with this, so I was one of the co-creators of Gigstart, and we did it with Quan Media, which is India's biggest talent management company. Despite that level of clout, it did not work, because there are different, we'll have an offline discussion about that. But this particular narrow use case, where you are allowing people to distribute, apply on this thing from a single interface, is actually a very, very good use case. If I
For
were
sure.
you, I would just stick to that and not sort of bother about overloading it with other models.
For sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That'll be the end of questions.
That's it.
So next up we have Planet Tota, if I'm pronouncing it right.
Hello, good morning, everybody. So I'm here to present my company, Producer Bazaar. We are the India's first IP trading and monetizing content. We also help in regularizing the IP, which is right most very chaos. We've been supported by the India Startup as well as the Mighty Fund, as well as we've been incubated at Welltech, based out of Chennai. I am the co-founder for this company, and I come with a 20 years of experience in IT. I've been with companies like Deloitte and Cognizant and Infosys. I have come with both tech as well as have great understanding about the media. My founder, Mr. G.K. Tenohakarasu, has come with a great media experience. He started his career as an RJ. He has done content in television, content for the films. He has distributed, produced, and his latest films has won a Indian Panorama. So this is about us. I quickly walk through about my team. I have my head, who's head finance, who's Prabhu, who comes with again 20 years of experience on the finance perspective. He's a CA, CSA, CA, and everybody. And we have Vetri, who handles our operations. Sapta, who's our IT head, who's already been into companies and had and exited. I have Kriti Mohan and Archana. Kriti handles our HR as well as Archana handles our legal. I'll just want to walk you through this because we want to tell you that we are a strong team who's doing this. And I have a bunch of advisors who's top in their own areas, tech, legal, investment, as well as incubations. So what are the challenges we are here to address? The challenges the reason we are all here as a big setup called Wave is just for IP monetization, IP handling, as well as it is just a marketplace that every IP is being focused, and that is what we are here for. In fact, we've started this in 2020. We've started this in 2021, and we are glad that Government of India has also understood that this is very important to have set up something like this. So we are here for organizing IP, which is very more unorganized, as well as there is lack of transparency. We don't know which IP, where it holds, as well as it is a chaos in trapping an IP, who holds it, exclusive, non-exclusives. So the bunch of things that is completely well unorganized, and we are here to resolve it. We've tracking those IPs. We've set up a platform which can track those IPs through blockchain, as well as help in monetizing their content. Okay, so what are the challenges and how are we addressing everybody? As a buyer, one big challenge, a buyer meaning any of the OTT platforms or whatever platform is there to buy the content, it is currently taking 4 to 6 months to understand, procure and close the content because of the legal constraints, a number of hiccups, data transfer, everything. So we cut down that time to 15 days. As a seller, we help in copywriting, make a point that the content creator gets around 60 years of his monetization. We help in getting that content through the right buyers. As well as IP acquisitions, we also help in IP acquisition, buy some content and push certain good content to the, bring it to the light and get to the right platforms which can help the content creators to monetize it. As well as IPR management is tracking, as I said, tracking and tracing of the IPs, helping in walking through tracking the complete IP where it holds for the next 60 years.
I'm sorry, that'll be the end of time for you.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
I'm done.
we're open to questions.
And this is my website or the platform currently we are in, producerbazaar.com, and open for questions.
Are you a services company or a product company?
Our product gives services. So this Producer Bazaar has a product.
I understand.
No, it's a service company.
It's a service company.
Yes,
It's not. Okay. Also, how are you different from LexisNexis, Getty, etc.? It's a content syndication and distribution has been ongoing for a very, very long time.
Right.
Right. And then there is exclusivities. For example, if places like LexisNexis, if they have taken your content, then they're exclusively holding that content, so on and so forth. So how are you different from?
So we do not. One thing, there's no marketplace as such in India who help the Indian content buyers to either Indian content to go out as well as spreading across India. So that is one thing that we are different from the global buyers which are there, which you have mentioned. One. Second, we help the content buyers to reach out to content makers to reach out to the right content. Mostly we are talking about the films currently because we come from major of the IP background. But one simple thing is our platform is such robust that we actually remove we are talking about IP. Currently we're talking about films, and if you remove that and put books and games, it falls the same thing.
What's the revenue right now?
Currently last year we closed for 1.86. And over a period we have every year we've done a 9x improvement.
And what is the contribution that you have? For example, if I sell it for $100, what is yours?
10% to 20% depending on the content, on the success fee.
What's
Sorry? Yeah, our ask is 3.5K dollars, and we've already raised 1.5 in the pre-seed round. Currently, 150. I said dollars.
That may have to be the last question. Thank you.
Squeeze in one. Can we squeeze in one
Sure,
short?
sure,
You
yeah.
said you're using blockchain unless you have the traceability of where it is being
Yes.
published. I mean, how does it solve? I mean, what is blockchain solving in terms
So
of traceability?
blockchain, we are, see, what we generally do is we take, once we have an IP, we take the smart contract, we put it in the blockchain, and we track those transactions in the blockchain.
That is if you do something with it, right? It is you and the publisher's contract.
Yes.
If
No,
you
it is
sell
not we, it is, they're publishing also, we put it in the blockchain and we
you
track
sell
it.
it to, let's say, Netflix. Tomorrow there is a view on Netflix. How does Netflix tell you on the smart blockchain or the smart contract get updated?
No, that's, we are not talking, this is tracking of IP, you're talking monetizing of IP. Monetize IP, so whatever revenue they are coming is, doesn't fall into the blockchain
solves the
perspective.
problem, no? Then?
Sorry?
If normal contract can solve that same problem, no? The
But
whole
how do you,
basic-
okay, if I would like to, I would like to take Harry Potter's India edition, I don't even know who has it. But if I have to know who is it and where I have to reach it, I think that will help to grow this better.
Yes.
Yeah, we can have a discussion further.
Thank you very much. Plan with our presentation, number 9.
Hello, everyone. Okay, it doesn't look very pretty here, but it is, trust me. Okay, so my name is Faisal Khan, and I'm the founder of this very unique, truly global, and very exciting product called Planet Tota. If anybody is from Delhi, it's not what you think it means. It's actually, like a platform that. I'm loud enough, is it?
But they're recording.
Okay,
We need
fine.
to be on the mic. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so this is a platform which essentially we call it a next-gen platform, entertainment platform, because it aims to revolutionize how IP is created, consumed, and monetized. There's a distribution aspect to it as well, but it gets covered into that part of it. So it's an effort to enable a vision, right? Because I'm a creator, so and I'm also a marketer. So there's a whole journey that we had with this product, which has been in the making for over 5 years, where there were pain points we felt as a creator. And then, of course, by virtue of being in marketing, there were the user side of it that we were exposed to, where we saw how the consumer brand engagement paradigm is shifting completely, and there has to be new avenues, new ways and everything to come into play, which will define how engagement will be. And this is something we saw brands even doing that. And since we were becoming a brand, we thought that this will be the best way to do it, So what it's trying to do is basically create a open participatory economy. Okay, so what it does is basically creators like me, other independent creators, even seasoned creators like IP holders, big studios and everything, all to come onto one platform, right? And what they can do is, while they can engage with their fan, enrich their fan following, create new revenues through these engagements, and of course bringing users into the mix as well. So what it does is it creates a participatory economy with 3 players in the mix, which is users, brands, and creators, right? So that's what it is. And essentially, also, of course, there's a problem that we are trying to solve, and the problem was very simple, As I said, being a creator, we were exposed to this problem, right? So entertainment ecosystem needs to evolve, right? We all feel so. While traditional entertainment models has laid a very strong foundation, they have taken us this far, but the problem is it's also limitations are there. We haven't seen any innovation happening in the entertainment space for a long time now. And also, of course, it limits creative participation. So currently, all the creators, be it independent creators, they are associated to a system. and they are channelizing their creativity to create products or whatever it is, whatever, following the traditional model of it, right? But we needed breakthrough products, right?
Faisal, I'm afraid that'll have to be the end of time for you.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We're open to questions now.
I didn't present anything, literally. Anyways, I'll put it on the model slide, which will give you, yeah, so it'll give you a bit about how participated economy works and everything.
Are you making revenues?
Yes, we have a lot of revenues. So we have pre-launch.
Yeah.
So we are pre-launch, but we have clocked around $1.8 million. So we have a diverse revenue stream. We have clocked 1.8 million from brands because every brand is looking for the next thing, you know, in terms of engagement and all that, right? Which is, so we have signed up with MasterCard, and then we have signed up with Graduate, which is Ministry of Education Malaysia's application. And then we are in conversation with Indosat, which is the second largest telecom provider in Indonesia. Then PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, which is the soccer club. Yeah. Then we have Ducati, Nissan, Hello Kitty, and all those, even Peanuts for that matter, all these IP holders and all that. We're also in conversation with studios, a lot of them, like the Hollywood ones as well, you know, where they are very interested in what we are creating. So yeah, so revenue has come from two brands so far.
Most of your clients are overseas and not any. You're incorporated where?
We are in Singapore. We're incorporated in Singapore, yeah. So we needed something to be a truly global one. So we need a playbook validation. So we had to. So this has, as I mentioned, this has been 5 years in the making. So there was much like we can celebrate everything in silo as a creator that we have done something. We are rock stars. We have done something great, but we needed validation from users, brands, and creators as well, right? So that was very important for us. So after that's why, like, I know this is too short a time. There's a whole game which we have developed. Like the first one, which acts as a launch pad for other games. It's a AAA development, quite good quality. That they're creator tools we had to develop. And of course, there's a whole integration of blockchain. Of course, we're talking about participatory economy. We can't be far from blockchain, right? Everything gets and how. So there's a lot of strategic innovations which have come into play. And they are like some cool. Yeah, because I wasn't given any. I'm using you as an opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, that may have to be the end of questions.
Maybe somebody else has something.
But we're up with the time. Really sorry. We'll have to move on to the next. Okay, sure.
We're looking at $3.5 million. Yeah, this will be like for what we call seed and pre-seed kind of a thing, right? We have raised in the past a bit. What is the term? Family and friend round, whatever it is, a certain amount to give us. And we had revenue as well. So over 5 million we have already invested in creating everything. And now we are going to open up for whatever. So it's not just time, it's also money that has been invested in the platform. Seriously?
Thank you. Yes, seriously. Very sorry.
Okay, fine. Anybody who's interested, they'll have the contact details, right?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That brings us on to our next section, that's social media. We have first up Rohit and Akansha from Giggle. Can we have the presentation up, please?
Good morning, everyone. So one of my friend in US, she used my YouTube Premium. One day when I was scrolling on my YouTube Premium, I got to the search section and I saw somebody recently searched for how to die in a clean room. So I quickly recalled and called her. Hey, have you searched for it? She said, no. By the way, your YouTube Premium is with my daughter. So we called her, we asked, hey, Yuru, have you searched for this? And she said, yes, Uncle Ro. So this is the challenge, what is running on TikTok right now. So that was the trigger point for me. One, we know that Instagram, TikTok, they are never meant for kids. So our vision is we want to replace Instagram for kids. And how we are going to do that, our mission is we want to empower them. We want to give them a platform where they can showcase, they can be nurtured, they can showcase their talent. So the problem statement was pretty much clear.
So we have built a safer platform for all the kids under the age group of 16, wherein we help them to identify their raw talent, nurture it, and provide them with the recognition they deserve. And most importantly, we are helping them build the confidence. Now, why now? There are two main reasons for it. One, a lot of countries are raising concern around like banning social media for kids since it's harmful and not safe. Second, thanks to Geo, that now India, that in pan India, the internet has penetrated. As for research and surveys, initially, like in the first 3 months of our soft launch period, we went to various housing societies, kid-centric fests, etc., and interviewed 271 parents in order to understand what do they exactly require for their kids. So our idea has also been globally validated by Zagazo and Grom Social. And to mention, they're only earning through in-app purchases and gifting. As of now, no brand collaborations.
So the market size, if you see, we are India to the world. We are just covering India for first 2 years. Our TAM is on screen, our SAM. We are right now, our SOM is tier 2 and beyond, where the mass audience lives in India, the real Bharat. And we are going to tap that market. So revenue model. So as Akansha has mentioned, Zigazoo and Groom Social, they haven't figured it out. They are only going through the in-app purchases, etc. Our major revenue model is ads and brand collaboration because we are building the niche audience for them. Virtual gifting and in-app purchases, this is already live, specialized content. We have onboarded 100 plus gurus in talent categories who are nurturing kids' talent, and paid challenges are also up. Strategic roadmap you can see on the screen for the next 5 years. In the phase 1, we have already built a YOLO model which detects every single video comes on our platform for the nudity, semi-nudity, blurred, sharp object, etc., etc. Where we stand right now, we have launched our platform fully in September 2024. In 6 months, we have right now 25,000 plus, 35,000 plus installs, 22,000 plus registered users, somewhere around 5,000 plus unique participants, 10,000 plus monthly active users, and 500 schools have already registered with us. And we are right now raising 1 CR INR.
As for the strategic partnership, we in 2020.
Akansha, I'm afraid you're
It's
up on
okay.
time.
Okay, okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
What's the DAO, in the sense like out of 30,000 people that have downloaded the application, how many use it, in the first week, second week, third week, and how does it work?
So unique users, if we talk about the monthly active users, somewhere around 50% are using our application because we went through schools, they want to promote their talent.
I understand. So how many times a month, when you say 50% of them are using a month, it's a social media application which, aims to replace Instagram, which means, the daily active users have to be a certain percentage of the installs, So what percentage is that?
So it's somewhere around 10 to 15% which use daily on basis, and somewhere around 8 minutes is the average engagement time per user.
And how do the creators make money? Do the creators also make money, or is it just?
Yeah. So our model is pretty much simple. In-app purchases, if somebody is gifting them something like we have hugs and kisses, proud of you. So these all are paid gifting on our screen. If somebody is gifting them, 50% of that virtual currency goes to their wallet.
How do you guard against pedophilia? Because this is a huge problem. There'll be kids, on the platform, and there are a whole bunch of perverts, that are sitting on the whole thing. So how do you prevent, any kind of abuse, that may happen on the platform?
So the very first thing, we don't have comment section because we wanted to remove the cyberbullying. It happens because we have built an algorithm which was covering all the aspect of a comment, but somebody wrote that you look like a potato, which is not a negative, but with the whole sentence is very negative. So that is one thing.
Mom almost killed somebody for that, So yeah,
So that was the first thing. The second, we first our AI model checks every video. Second, if any video goes to the suspected list, we manually check the video and then we approve. Third, we have only verified users. We have 2 steps of verification. We only have verified gurus, and because they are coming through the schools, we have the whole data of every single kid right now.
Assuming that you've gone through schools, why just 30,000? Because an average school has about 2,000 to 3,000 students.
So there are a lot of startups which are saying say no to screen, right? Even schools are into the same thing. We have so how we went to schools? We are not going one by one. We did the strategic partnership education world in India. They introduced us to the schools. So we just covered 6 months. This is our initial stage. Now we are going directly to the schools through our social media, through our partnership strategy team, etc., etc. So I think this year we will be somewhere around 500,000 students will be there onboarded.
That may have to be the.
Hi, good morning, guys. Okay, shall we start?
Hi, good morning.
I'd like to introduce myself. I'm the founder of this application called HitFame.
And I'm the co-founder of this app called HitFame, Harshit Malhotra.
So as you all might know, that media and entertainment is a massively booming industry. But still, people find it pretty difficult when it comes to building their network or getting work in the industry. And I have personally spent more than 15 years working in the industry in different sectors and have now developed this next generation AI-based networking and jobs platform for the media and entertainers. So anybody who wants to join the industry, they come on a platform, they can select any profession, they can add all the social media links there. And with our algorithms, we help them in connecting with like-minded people who are already working in the industry, which helps them building their network. And at the same time, we help them in growing their talent and finally getting them work in the industry. So basically, this is a platform where people are not only building the network, but they are getting work as well. And apart from that, we do introduce a lot of workshops and events for them on this platform as well. Till date, we have around 150,000 users who are actually using an application at the moment, and we are here basically raising for $2 million USD to take it to the next level, where we'll be achieving around 15 million users on the platform. The features that we have, the features that I mentioned earlier. So currently, we have a networking effect, we have jobs, we have a talent booking. We do have a news section which keeps engaging users on the application, which is why the average time spent by users is really good on the application. And we have a very unique creative corner section which is for the content people. So, people with good content or good scripts, they don't have a platform, they don't know how to pitch it to the studios. And we are actually doing our ties with the studios where people can directly pitch their content to them. So that's our creative side. If I'm going to talk about our monetization, so basically the platform has a subscription base. It is free for everyone. But yes, to get more visibility, to apply for more jobs, you need to buy a premium. We have another premium service which is only for the industry professionals, wherein people are getting dedicated, filtered and work leads exclusively for the talent. Apart from that, as I mentioned earlier, we do have certain workshops and events that are paid. Any user who's talented, they can create their own workshop as well, and they can straight away monetize the talent from day one. And currently, we have given work to more than 500 people through our platform. That includes upcoming talent and the talent from the industry itself. Now I'm going to talk about the go-to-market strategy that we have. So basically, we're raising funds because we want to. So our basic go-to-market strategy will be to just spread our word through our marketing channels, through all our social media, letting influencer campaigns, and getting more partnerships for the industry as well. The vision of this platform is not just for the Indian industry, but I want to take this on a global level where people from different industries, say like an Indonesian industry or an Arab industry, when entertainers from those industries could come on one platform, they build opportunities for each other and work for each other. That's going to be the dream come true for HitFame, basically.
That'll have to be the end of time for you. Thank you.
Any
We're open
questions?
to questions. Anybody?
Last 3 months, we did more than 12 lakhs in revenue. Our 90% revenue is coming from the talents getting booked, so we are charging commission. And we just launched a premium model like 1.5 months ago. We are almost crossing 558 premium subscribers also. So now we're focusing on get more premium users also. So we are catering 40 plus categories. That includes an editor, photographer, singer, VFX person, actors, then makeup artist. So basically anything related to the entertainment, we have an available option for category. The most traction currently, the most common categories are actors, singers, DJs, photographers, and some makeup artists as well. And the influencer category basically.
Is that it? Great. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Hey everyone, this is Jamal, CEO and co-founder of Recobi. Now, what is Recobi? Before explaining that, let me ask a kind of a situation and describe a situation where most of you might be having dinner and watching the TV, trying to find something to watch, but then eventually you scroll endlessly, you don't find something to watch, or you watch something which is not your taste. That's the inception of Recobi, where we are building a native AI solution for content discovery for movie buffs or normal users as well, for everyone, through personalized reviews and recommendation framework. As well as there is a business angle where we want to, from a filmmaker perspective, we want them to gauge the right audience mood in terms of what audience want to watch. This has been a very rhetorical problem post-COVID, and this is something which we have done through a lot of business business talks, validations through different producers, directors, filmmakers. So the whole, both the circle is like linked in terms of how the data flows in from a consumer perspective and how the same thing will be used from a business perspective in terms of different entry points. Now, given an example of very strong entry points is like marketing and distribution strategies. A lot of folks, as in if you are in media tech, you know, right, marketing is a big black box. If a movie runs well, it is because marketing has done well. How good or bad, no one knows. So you want to introduce some data analytics towards it to make it much more productive. Now, how we can do that? That is one of the strong entry points where our consumer app will come into picture. For example, rate to release, right? And then we kind of do a kind of, from a consumer behavior perspective, we know which kind of demographic users actually love Rate 2 or movies like Rate 2. That kind of goes back to the business, and they kind of understand that where they want to do the pinpoint marketing, which users because a lot of movies are mid, but they might not reach the right audience. That's the whole problem that we are solving, both from a consumer perspective as well as filmmakers perspective. What we have built, we are totally tech-driven company. We have AI models for everything, whether it's like from a business perspective or recommendation model for our app. Our app is very stable. We have built a strong reviews framework as well. A lot of people might be knowing Letterboxd. So something similar to that we are building in India with a lot of regional movies, regional content doing good. It's a very strong opportunity that we have felt in doing it. Also, we have done a lot of business validation. I'll just move quickly. We have partnered with Cinepolis. Mayank Shekhar, if you know, he's our brand advisor from Midday. We have done a lot of agreements with independent producers as well, where they are using our own analytics in terms of pitching their movies, like what works for them. Currently, we are talking with T-Series and PVR Cinema as well for both predictive analytics, script analysis, and other business aspect. We have more than 500 plus critics, and these are like global critics, you can say. So the reviews that we get are very solid reviews, and this is something that we are in terms of scaling. Now, this is the market size. I'll just go quickly. We are using critics as influencers. This is our GTM strategy, building B2B partnership, which we have done a lot of good validation. We are, and we'll just quickly, team, Jamal, Ankit, we both are from IIT Roorkee. Like, I'm 18 years experienced in tech industry, and then other folks.
Jamal, that may have to be the end of time.
So ask is 1 crore, ticket size of 15 lakhs. It's more targeted towards angel funds, where we want to fine tune our entry points. We want to strengthen our business partnership so that it creates entry point for our users, and then we are at a stage to scale. We are very much stable in both the direction. We just want to strengthen the partnership before we go into the scaling mode. That's it. Any questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
So in terms of attributing organic traffic, which is the larger MarTech problem, what is your inclination to feel that larger platforms might not be building this internally, or what is the value that they are assigning to attribution of organic traffic per se? How do you validate both those statements, and what is your larger moat in saying that the incumbents might not be building this themselves, these capabilities in-house?
So for example, a large production house like T-Series or something like that.
Or say a Netflix or
on
Amazon
a Netflix,
Prime.
yeah. Obviously, what we are working towards is more like aggregated platform, in terms of it won't be like, obviously Netflix has set a very huge benchmark. That is something which we know, right? But not everyone is as in there's a huge gap between Netflix and others, if you say. But what we are targeting is a targeted platform.
The middle of the
Middle one as well, and it can be production companies, it can be independent filmmakers going forward as well, right? It's not necessarily OTTs as well. It's a platform which will work organically for all.
primarily the 80 percentile basically is.
Yes.
Right. Jamal, question for you. So now the thing is, as a layman,
Sure.
a film is no different from a brand for me, right? So like much like a launch of a candy bar happens, a launch of a film happens.
Yes.
Segmentation, language, etc., different. Now there are platforms, like Meltwater, and a whole bunch. There is Clueplot, there is Meltwater. I have myself invested in something called Opinion.ai, which does this thing, where it takes any parameters. You just give the parameters, and according to the parameters, it basically does sentiment analysis, as to what is happening.
I agree.
Do people? So now, is there a differentiation because these generic models exist and they can be trained? It takes a maximum of a quarter to give a reasonable result. You know this. You've been trained. You've trained your platform.
Yes.
So in a quarter, I can train a generic model, and create a film wrapper around it.
Yes.
So what is the defensibility you have in the face of generic models doing the same thing?
I agree, and that's where, as in the first slide that we showed, right, where we have both together and the flywheel, right? This is our differentiator. This is very strong differentiator in terms of as we scale, and this is why we are here, right? This becomes the data that we get here is totally, as in the noise is very less, very less. It's very pinpoint, and that's the target. Our GTM strategy, whatever we have, is to keep a very strong control on the noise, and that's where we will create the differentiation, because this part it can be done by everyone that's there, but this becomes our differentiator very strongly, and this is we have tested in a small scale. It's working very well.
Would you be extending this use case to other categories as well, other industries?
It can be. That is something that is in pipeline that we can send it, because it's a very generic thing, right? So it's just the data set changes, or that's it. Yeah.
That'll have to be the end of questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks. We are outside just in case if we have someone.
I'm Sonam Bhagat. I have tried to keep it as non-technical, as non-numbers as possible, but there are numbers that are required, so I've tried to keep it a bit of entertaining as well, because we are an entertainer, right? We are an informational creator platform. I'm going to segregate that very clearly. Digital creator, creating information. So essentially, these are all people who are serving some form of news content, information, anything which is anything from tech to fashion to travel, anything that you know better than the other people. That's when you become an informational creator, and you can create on our platforms. Are we an aggregator? Yes. Are we creators ourselves? Yes. Some of you might have also seen podcasts where I've hosted some podcasts myself as well, across industry, across politicians, across so to be. But the point is, in a world where AI, and I'm sure you've heard a lot of pitches this morning around that, we are back to human beings. We started out in August of 2022, and the funda behind that, I'm the founder, the funda behind that was, over a period of time, you'll get bored of AI-created content. You'll crave human touch again. You'll crave hyper-local touch. You'll crave people going raw. You enjoy a raw video today much more than you enjoy perfect, nicely created videos, nicely created content. This is something we foresaw way back when ChatGPT was all out, and I was rejected by people like it's nobody's business, but we've built it out to the point that this is where we are today. We have our own app, which is live across the iOS and the Play Store with about over 20,000 downloads odd. We have 1 million users followers across platforms. We hit 10 million views a month across our YouTube, Instagram, our web, our socials. We have over 6,500 hours of content which has been generated by informational creators, both in-house and outside. The obvious question being, isko curate kaun karta hai? Meri ghar ki editorial team curate karti hai, right? We have over 56,000 pieces of content, 500 content creators, and growing. The biggest USP being we pay our creators up front. And that I think will be, कि कैसे करते हो? How do you pay so much money? Isn't that burn? You'll be surprised at the kind of money I pay them, because India में नौकरी की बहुत ज़्यादा कमी है. Essentially what we are doing is employing digital creators who are serving some form of information. What are we solving? We're solving gamification for users who are any case consuming a lot of news, a lot of information that gets thrown your way. Instagram पे, YouTube पे वही information consume करने के बदले में आइए हमारी app पर आप इसी चीज़ को gamified तरीके से consume करिए. For creators, we are paying them upfront. None of the platforms are. Most of the ones that you know are either doing via ads or via content collabs that may happen if you scale up. We pay our creators upfront. For advertisers and brand partners, this is all brand themed content. So we have a lot of opportunities for our advertisers, for our partners, for our collab partners, so to speak. And we make money.
Sorry, I'm afraid that'll have to be the end of time for you.
Sure.
Yeah. Open
Any
the questions.
I can take it up while we are here on the important slide.
Correct me if I'm wrong, when you're saying that you pay your creators upfront, so that makes them your employees, right?
No, we pay them by the gig.
Which still makes them some kind of a contract employee.
There is a contract employment, yes.
Right, and so how is it any different from, say, a Times of India, that has gig, stringers, and contributors?
Not different at all. I wish they were doing it with informational creators in the video and reel format that the Gen Z likes. Times of India has not been able to scale to the video format, we all know.
Right, and so assuming they put their act together, and create this thing, their outreach is gonna be much higher than yours, So how do you sort of, plan to, because the guy who's your gig worker, if Times of India sort of incentivizes, say twice what you're giving them upfront, they will move, and it's fair, for them to move. So how do you sort of guard against something like that?
I don't need to guard against. All of us are ecosystem players, and there's an Instagram, there is a Facebook, there are other such platforms also that exist for, there's a TikTok, there's everybody else, right? So we will also coexist. A potential maybe for you that I'm an acquisition target for somebody who may be wanting to start out. If a Bennett Coleman were able to do it, they would have done it thus far. Unfortunately, they're too stuck on print, and they continue to sort of go on to maybe traditional platforms like print and broadcast. I don't blame them, because these guys are all having loyal audiences there. Gen Z and late millennials are not loyal audiences. They need to be incentivized every minute, instantly gratified, and that is what we are solving for. So I think we have strong safeguards there.
And what about, the higher level of creators, people who are sort of creating for YouTube and so on and so forth? How do you incentivize? Is there or you're not looking at them at all?
I am, which is why, sorry, I wish I could take this up with you. I am, because they go up grades, just like if you remember peer-to-peer communities used to have newbie, big daddy and all of that. That's how they come in. They will come at the top tier with us. We already have a couple of creators who are top-notch and are creating content with us. We either incentivize them by paying them upfront slightly higher fees. Again, it's not as high as one would think. And with content collabs and rev shares.
And you have more than 1 crore of revenue, which means anything, right? So what's the revenue number?
So we are clocking about 10 lakhs of revenue per month.
That's about 1.2 crores
1.2
of revenue.
crores, yes.
And what's the major source of this revenue?
Brand collabs, media advisory, content collaborations. We've not started, and sponsorships. We've not started with in-app purchases yet. So the user doesn't pay. It's primarily the brands and advertisers who are paying right now.
And who brings the brands?
Us. I'm the business side. I only can see black and white. I have a large creative and a lovely team who does the rest of it. Yeah. I come from 18 years of industry experience. So yeah, I bring them out.
Startups like yourself, whom we have some users whom I know, so it was good. I think what work you're doing, because I know at least 3-4 people who are on your app, so keep on doing the good work.
Oh wow, thank you. That is very encouraging. Thank you so much.
That'll have to be the end of questions. Thank you so much. This brings us to the last pitch of this session. We have DC Verse from the Gen AI category.
Yeah, hi. My name is Sandeep. I'm from IMAI. And please, just a small announcement. If any of the startups you want to connect with, please come back to us. We'll help you out with their contact details, even at a later stage, so that's fine. Over to you, please.
Good noon, everyone. My name is Abhigyan, and I'm the founder of DC Verse. Before I move into the pitch, I would love to tell you about myself. I'm a serial entrepreneur. This is my third venture. Before this, I've been building for creators economy since 2016. My last startup was in Shark Tank last month. That is Speed Kitchen, evaluated at 35 CR at the moment. Gen AI happened, and then I thought of a solution that I have been facing with brand owners and founders lately. So while working with them, we understood that brands have increased the spending up to 64% when it comes to marketing and content creation. Now, content creation was very expensive for them, and bridging the gap of ROI and visibility was equally important, but there was no solution. So we thought of a solution that is a virtual human. We wanted to have a virtual human as a brand ambassador that can really transcend the boundaries of digital screens. An ambassador that is there on social media, that is also there on your website, and that can also be turned into an AI actor or an AI model for your e-commerce solutions and productions. So that decreases the cost of content production and also engaging with people up to 80%. That helps brands and producers save a lot of money. We have some use cases. We have created virtual influencers that have already been doing 12 lakh a year. And not just that, we have also created specific dedicated virtual influencers for brands, and the launch campaigns have really exceeded the expectations, like about 30% more successful than real creators. Other applications are you can have AI actors and AI models that are like 80% faster, 60 to 70% lower cost, no shoot locations, anything and everything is possible. Imagination is the limit. Then you have virtual news anchors, then you have virtual assistants, educators as applications. So it's like a 360-degree solution. Talking of tech, we have motion control, we have Indian data. We have been training our data on about tons and tons of local fetched data in languages and also skin that makes our AI influences more realistic when it comes to Indian context. Then yeah, so these are like the pipelines. This is what we are building at the moment, a SaaS platform that enables everyone to come and create on their own. Can we have the video, please? Like just to showcase what we are building in a nutshell.
Is the video embedded on the PPT?
No, the video is here. Character consistency.
Abhigyan, I'm sorry, you've
Camera control, character consistency, and the Indianness. How many of you recognize the actor there? He was the lead in ABCD1. So we can clone a real person, convert it into an AI version of himself. That means producer saves more money, actors can earn more. That also means that they can do multiple projects at the same time and in the same day. So that increases their earning opportunities. And for producers, they can, instead of paying 10,000 rupees for an actor for the entire day, they can just hire a clone for, let's say, $1,000. So that just saves money for everyone.
$1,000 is about 8 times more than 10,000 rupees, but nonetheless, what is it called? And you can bring, older characters back to life.
Absolutely. So we have been speaking to brands to revive older IPs and comics. So that's absolutely there.
Not just comics, some peak Vinod Khanna could act in a film.
As long as acceptance is there, absolutely.
What are you looking to raise?
So we are looking to raise around $500,000 at an evaluation of 3.5 mil.
Fair.
So, so what is the cost for this film? If you make this film,
this one.
This one, yeah.
50,000 rupees.
50,000 bucks.
Yeah.
So if you shot a movie in entire, what would be the cost of that?
Depending on the concept, the storyboarding.
Same like this, if you think.
Almost similar.
Similar.
Yeah. The TAT is like really high. That is just 2 days. I think we just got it done last night.
So only we need to give the scripting. That's all.
Yeah.
Thanks.
How many days you took to create this?
2 days. Yeah. So I mean, honestly, it's just 36 hours. We just been lazy. Yeah, absolutely. 36 hours.
How many people are working on that?
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Important question, so being what is it called, a serial entrepreneur is good if the serial is in sequence, but concurrent serial entrepreneur is a big no-no, So are you doing something else along with this,
No, this is my full-time thing.
Right, fair.
And just to follow up to this question, what were your previous startups into?
So my first startup, Diversity, was in creator economy, where we were building a platform for artists back in 2016, connect them with students, brands, and institutions. And then lockdown happened, it had a shutdown. Then Speed Kitchen happened, which is a co-working space for cloud kitchens. And this was the startup that was in Shark Tank last month. And then AI happened, so DC Verse is here.
What if something else happens? You give you the money, you go there.
No, I think this is something where my heart is. I mean, everything kind of came together, and this was like a natural calling for me. I mean, we have been building this for the past 3 years. We have faced a lot of ups and downs. There were many chances that I could have quit, but it's always. I would want to
That
stick
may
with this.
have to be the end of questions.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Arshali. Thanks, everyone.
This brings us to the end of the Wavex investment pitches. Thank you everybody for taking out the time for 2 days being here. And in case you need to contact any of these startups, you can reach out to me at s.harshali@imai.in if anybody doesn't have it. Yeah, thank you everybody. Have a great day ahead. Bye.